Okay, so today we'll be feeding the western green mamba or Dendroaspis viridis. In this cage behind me there are 2.1, 2 males and 1 female. The female is the yellow one. And they're usually pretty calm, not usually, they are pretty calm snakes. They are used to being fed with the dead mice from the forceps. One male have a tendency to go inside of the hiding places, and then I'll just put some mice inside, he will eat them inside, while the other male and the yellow female will eat from the forceps. So here we go. Yeah, they are pre-killed, freshly killed mice. I usually also tap on a glass a little bit so they know it's feeding time. And the female grab right away. I will close the cage and move to another male, which is here. This is the male that usually doesn't eat from, but this time he will eat from the forceps. And third male, just leave the mice here. I'll put the mice here and close the cage. Usually they will, for some reason only one male like to eat rats, the rest just like to eat mice. So I usually give them 4 or 5 mice per feeding. This male actually, that I will take the camera and show a little closer. This male, which is holding the mouse now, he usually is a shy one, so he usually eats from inside of the hiding box. The female, like all mambas, they are quite fast when it comes to eating, and they literally swallow the food. So you can basically give them one mouse after another. This male here did not start to eat yet, he's just holding the mouse. While this male, which is usually the greediest one, is just looking around now. I actually let the mouse on here on the branch, and now he's just looking around. He's not, for some reason he's not eager to eat yet, which is quite surprising because normally he's just jumping to the forceps for the mouse. Usually they just come to the mouse and start eating it. The female is quite close to the opening of the terrarium, so I usually open the other side, which is easier than open the terrarium right in front of me. You can see that the other male is started to swallow the food, and this female is now of course looking for more food because one mouse is not much really for her, so it's kind of a, I will try to open the cage, I'll try to feed her and hold the camera so I can see it. You can see it here. Usually she's now the other side is open, but she's not looking over there. So what I will do, I will close this side of the cage and come here on this side of the cage. It's a bit hard for me right now because I'm holding the camera in one hand and I'm trying to just work with one hand. Now she's coming to the other male, which is not good. I have to give her a mouse. Usually they're not Usually they're not. Interestingly enough, this sort of behavior when it comes to eating is actually the first time it happened, and I have been for quite some years now. That female, usually they don't go after each other's food. This is the first time that actually the female was going for the mouse of a male, that other male. But recently I've seen sign of courtship. I didn't see copulation because it was quite late in the evening when I actually saw that the male was trying to copulate with the female. So it is quite possible that actually there was a copulation, and that's why the female is, well, let's say greedy or hungry, because she hasn't eaten in 2 weeks now, or almost 3. I usually feed him every 10 days to 2 weeks. They eat 5-6 mouse each. She's quite greedy, so hopefully it is due to the fact that she's gravid, but we'll see. It's still quite early to judge that, or to see whether or not she is gravid. The other male is now crawling down here. There is a mouse right below him on a branch, and he actually sees that. Every time I feed mambas, I usually try to be as calm as possible. Makes movement to a minimum. Don't make sudden movements because they do react. They get scared easily that way, but they're so used to being fed this way that usually I have no problem feeding them. The third male is actually found the mouse now, and he's starting to eat it. The female is finishing her second mouse, as you can tell, and she's quite greedy. I've never seen her this greedy before. The first male that he ate, the first male, he's actually going into the hiding place, which is okay, because usually this was actually a rare occasion that he will eat from the forceps. Most likely when I start feeding, he usually crawls into the hiding place. There's 3 hiding places like that can be easily locked, so I can clean the terrarium. And he's inside, so I usually just put in a few mouse inside, close the gate, and when I come later, he usually finishes it. The male is eating the first mouse, this male. The female is still looking for the food. She's still quite hungry. I will have to open the cage now and give her another mouse. They never go like toward me. They usually just react to the food, which is normal. And you will see, I have another mouse here. See, she just grabs from the forceps. Usually she's not even biting the food. She just gently, slowly starts eating it as soon as I give her the mouse close. They are quite easy snakes to keep. Well, easy. They're extremely fast and extremely potentially dangerous snakes. But when it comes to feeding, usually they know it's feeding time. They're never aggressive toward me. They just basically concentrate on the food. Usually they don't go after each other food. So right now she's just eating the mouse. I think the first male. This first male, I actually got him as a baby. So he's quite used to being fed with that mouse. This yellow female, which was, let's say, a juvenile snake when I got her, she was about 1.2, 1.3 meters. She's way over 2 meters now with the whole tail. And she actually just finished her third mouse. mice. You can see just the tail hanging out. I will probably give her another 2 to 3 mouse, and then I will put a few mouse inside of the other cage, inside of the hiding place for the other male. Let's see if I can do this. I've never tried this before. Let's see how is that possible. If it's possible, what if I actually put the camera inside? This should be interesting, and then put the mice here and see if she will come toward the mouse. I actually just gently lay down the camera to the on top of the hiding place, another one. There are 2 hiding places in the left corner, and there's 1 hiding place in the right corner. And I actually put the hiding camera, I put the camera on top of the hiding place. And now I will actually try to see if she is moving toward this part of the cage, slowly. And I will try to see if she will come. I'm trying to make her come toward the camera and see if she will come for the mouse. Yeah, let's see if I can. She's still looking over there. Actually, usually like rattlesnakes or some other snakes can be quite aggressive when it comes to feeding, but the mambas are usually quite gentle. She's smelling the mouse. She's going into this direction. Let me just see if I can make her come really close to the camera, so you can actually see her grabbing the mouse. So right about here. And you will actually get a perfect look now, because she will just gently start eating the mouse, and that's how she does that. So, while she's eating the mouse over here, I will try to give another mouse to the male, which is here. So the male is eating another mouse. I will actually remove the camera now, because it's easier. I need to close. I always close the cage as soon as they start eating the mouse. I'm closing the cage, and she will get another mouse now, but I will see. She get another mouse right now. I'm opening the cage, this time without the camera, and you will see that this is still okay. And she's eating her 4th mice. And I will close the cage now. I will need 2 hands now, so this is about it when it comes to this video. The other male is eating his 2nd mouse, and she's finished her 4th mouse. That's about it for now. And I will give another 2 mouse to the other male, which is inside of the hiding place. So this is as far as the feeding of the green mamba, Dendroaspis viridis.